Hey everyone. Well, I'm going to try and make this video again. I probably started it 3 or 4 times, but between the dogs barking and my grandson coming in to play with the dogs and just so many interruptions, maybe this time I'll be able to get all the way through this video. So anyway, what I have to show you today is this Half Moon Light. I got it today. I've read some reviews on it. I've seen a lot of people posting it on Facebook, and it's gotten some really pretty good comments. I think one thing that stands out for me is that it doesn't cast a shadow. So you know how overhead lights sometimes or desk lights will have a shadow because of where your hand is positioned on the canvas? Well, this arch light supposedly eliminates that shadow. So I haven't tried it yet, but I am going to do a little demonstration for you. And it is 10 o'clock at night here. My room is rather dark, but I have a lamp table next to me with the light on, so hopefully you can see everything. So this is the box that it came in, and I'm going to show you it's set up. So there is a cord connected over to one side right here. And this cord is about 2 feet, maybe even 2.5 feet long. It's maybe even longer than that. But it's got a little control about 1 foot from the base. And with the on and off switch, the lighting colors, it's got like a yellow light, a white light, and a real gentle blue light. And then it's got 10 modes of lightness to darkness. So it can get lighter or it can get darker just by clicking the button. It plugs in, it has a 2-prong plug, and it all comes with this assembly. Everything's included. It has its instruction book. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. And I'll go ahead and just give it a quick try. So it is dark in my room, but this is the white light. And then the dimmer switch will dim it. And you can't really tell, but it's got 10 lightness to darkness modes. Now it's really bright. Oh my goodness, if you could just see it the way I see it. I'm going to turn the camera down to see if you can just check that out. It's so awesome. All right, I'm going to put the camera back where it was. Okay. So let me dim it a little bit. I think okay, so that's as bright as it gets. Then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so yeah, it's got 10 variable lighting. And then it's got a yellow light, which is really easy on the eyes right now, also with 10 brightness to lightness. So that's really nice. Oh my goodness. And I can see where there is not going to be any shadow. It does not cast a shadow. Amazing. And then it's got a nice, easy on the eyes at night blue coloring to it. And of course, again, you can lighten it and darken it. So I'm going to turn that off for just a moment while I show you some other parts to this. But first I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to show you the feet. So the feet snap in, and it's got like a silicone rubber pad on the bottom. So these pieces do come off the bottom part of the leg, but it's rather heavy. It's not super heavy, but it's stable. And each side has a foot. Now, I ordered the small. You could get this in small or large, and the difference is a few inches in width and in height. So mine is, according to their dimensions, 22 inches, and it's from the outside to the outside. I went ahead and measured with my tape measure, the inside width, because that's what I care about. I want to know what the width is from the inside, and it's 19 3/4 inches from inside to the other end inside, which is a pretty good, that's the distance right there from here to my finger over here. Now height wise, let me push my light board back so I don't bump into it. Height wise, it's 10 1/4 inch from the inside of the light, the frame, to the desk. So that is 10, well actually, if I start it right on the 1 inch, yeah, it's 10 3/4 inches in open space from desk to top. I was a little bit worried when I ordered this in a small that I might not have enough room to really work comfortably inside this dome, if you know what I mean. But I am finding that there is plenty of room, and I will show you. Let me move this light board back with my canvas on it. Maybe if I turn it at an angle, you'll be able to actually see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to lift this up a little bit. Okay. Well, can't get it all in the camera, but if I have my pen in hand and I'm diamond dotting, I have my tray, there is just so much room above that I would have to raise my hand this high before I bump it with my pen. So definitely, I mean, I'm not lifting my pen this high to dab it into my tray. You know what I mean? I'm going like this. And it's plenty wide enough. It can lay on a canvas. You know, I like the large canvases that take up my whole desktop. I don't think that these feet are going to hurt it any, especially with a cover sheet or with a parchment paper or what do you call it? The papers that they make to cover your canvas. The it escaped me, but you know what I'm talking about. I actually have one in the drawer. Release papers. Okay, there you go. Release papers. So putting your feet of your arch light on your canvas or on the cover sheet is not going to hurt it. So another part of this that I haven't shown you yet, and I am going to have to turn the camera up a little bit to get it in there. Okay, move it back a little bit, move it up. Okay, so we have this piece right here. Let me take it, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Let me take it off. Okay, so this piece comes off. It has a little screw right here. It has a little bracket that fits on here. There's like this little piece that is built in. I thought it was removable, and maybe it is, but this is the piece that you leave on, and it comes already on it. And this actually, how did this, okay, this, I didn't show you this part, but this part folds. Okay, so you take the feet off if you want to store it, because the feet bump into each other. But you pop the feet off, they easily pop off, and then you can just close this completely together, and you can just throw it in a drawer or, you know, put it under your bed or whatever. It doesn't have that large of a profile, especially if you take the feet off. And then when you want to use it, you just spread it apart to an arch. Okay, and the light is on the inside. So this is another piece that came with it. This is a phone holder. It stretches. You can have it this way with your phone landscape, or you can have it this way with your phone portrait. It has a screw this way if you want to. We're going to screw this on to tighten it, and then say, this is my phone. I have a phone case because I don't have an extra phone. So I'm going to put this right in here, And I'm going to stretch it upward, and then I'll show you how this works. So you can see the phone. Now this, oopsie, this is kind of long for the table this way. Okay, so you can see I can turn this. You can turn it whichever way you want. You could work and have a video playing on here. You could have a show playing if you stream TV, whatever you want to do. You have this. Now you can take this off by unscrewing it, and you can turn this, take your little phone out, okay, and then you can turn this way, okay, see there's a screw here, and let me think for a minute, there's this way, oh, okay, so you take this part off, I'm sorry, I got confused for a minute, so this part comes off right here, and you can then put it on this way. So we had it on long ways, like that. So we had it landscape. We had the phone sitting in it this way. Then we can turn it around because there's a little place that you can screw it in this way. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll put it that way. All right. And then after you get that like that, then you can put that on here, tighten it. Oh, let's see. Okay. Turn it that way. Tighten it. All right, so then, well, if we did it this way, it would be facing upward. So that might not be ideal because it doesn't tilt that way necessarily. So we wouldn't want to do that. But I think why that is there is because we also have this piece. And this piece goes in here. Okay. So we would, if we use the hole on the back of this instead of the side, then you can take this, put that on there, bend your little wand up, tighten it, okay, bend your little wand upward, and you know what, I got confused again. There's a couple different ways. You can do it landscape or you can do it portrait. And I don't know. I had it both ways earlier. And now I have seemed to forget. And I think maybe that's what it is you have to put it on the side like that. Put it on the side like we had it before. Okay. All right. All right. Tighten it. So you can put it sideways this way, like I had it. And then we also have this piece right here. Okay. This piece right here would go on the back. And then what we would have to do with that, and this is how I saw it online, this piece actually then would come off. See this little flexible like hose or stem goes on here. Okay, so that's how it is. So we turn that. It's a little top heavy, but I'm getting it. Come on. I'm putting it, I'm unscrewing it instead of, okay. can't get the threads. There we go. Okay. Technically challenged. That should be my middle name. Okay. So now we have that. Okay, so now you can turn it this way or you can turn it that way. If you have it this way, then you would do your phone in landscape or portrait. So I think you can see that right there. And you can also turn it this way. And it gives you a little bit higher. You can change this, you can move it up, you can move it down a little bit, you can turn it a little bit to the side, you can turn it to this side, or you could just put the phone on it like I had it earlier. So it's very multifunctional. Now I'm going to move this back and I am going to let you know a little bit about the operation of this. So, oh, of course my glasses are across the room. That's okay. So, like I said, it plugs in. I have a table right here with a port that has, I'm very fortunate, I bought this table on Temu just the other day, and it has an outlet for a regular 2 or 3 prong, and it also has a USB-C, and just a plain USB outlet all right here next to me, and I can set my phone, tablets, anything I'm charging right up here on the tabletop of this table. And then there's a lamp head above it that I'm able to adjust different directions to cast some light in the corner of my room. But anyway, I plugged it in to this little table port, and so it's really easy for me to do. But the cord, I would say, I can tell you how long the cord is. I have a tape measure right here. So the cord length, so that you can tell if you're going to be able to reach your outlet, is a pretty long cord. So we're looking at it being 17 inches as far as the remote, not a remote, but the little control thing that I was showing you earlier that turns it on and dims it and brightens it. So that's 17 inches from the base to where that little control is. But then moving on down, we are already at the end of our tape measure, and we still have more. So we reach 60 inches right here. So let me take the front of this tape measure and finish measuring it. So far that it's 60 inches long, and now I'm measuring it all the way, and it's 18 more inches. So it's 78 inches, this cord, from the assembly piece all the way to where the prong is to plug it in. The cord is super long. It's 78 inches. So that is like how many feet is that? 6 times 12 is 60, 72. So that's 6 feet and some odd inches. So I would say that's a pretty good length for a cord. What else about this? So it is not rechargeable. Okay, so this needs to be plugged in while you're using it, which of course, some of you might have an issue with that. I don't. And you don't have to use the phone piece. You can take it off. It is removable, as you saw. So that's about it. That's my arc light. I put my coasters on it, and I can see very clearly where I can work on these underneath this light, and it is just wonderful. There's no shadows being cast with my arm or my hand, and I can dim it if I want it a little bit softer light. You can see my coasters laying here. I've done 3 of them so far. I was out and about all day today with my grandson, visiting aunts and having a dog birthday party over there. And then he had piano, and then after that his piano instructor wanted to take the kids out to Chick-fil-A, and we did that. And then we came back and our neighbor brought us Jamaican food. They had extra leftovers and didn't want to store them, so they brought us all their leftovers from their dinner and cookies and stayed for a while. So I've been trying to film this, and like I said, something just keeps happening. And I, with the loud dog barks and the kids coming in and running in and playing, and and then just starting it and having to stop because I needed to go downstairs. I think I'm going to make it this time, but I am very happy to share this arc light. I think it's going to be a really big plus for me, diamond painting, and I don't even have my light board on. I honestly don't really even need my light board with this lighting. It's so good. But with the light board, it's perfect. It's awesome. And my room is dark right now, pretty much. I do have the light in the corner of the room on. But if I were to turn it off, now my room is pretty dark. I just have my bathroom light on. But this lighting is really, really good. And then with my light board light on, it just makes it so clear. And then with this, that's with it off, that's with it on, different light tones. And then, of course, different intensities. And I feel like I'm working in daylight, actually. I don't know if you can tell, but this is just amazing. I'm kind of in awe over it. And I bought this with my own money, like I do with everything. I am not a sponsor. I don't even really know what brand this is. I'm going to link the one I bought, this one right here, in case you want to compare, because there are several different brands. I paid $35.99 for this. I think when I looked at it today, it was $39.99, but I think that price fluctuates, $5 up or down. This is the small one. They do have a large one. The large one is 5 inches, I think, wider and 4 or 5 inches taller, but I'm glad I got the small because my desk, I'll tell you the size of my desk. My desk is not huge, but the desk it's sitting on, I believe, is 31 or 32 inches. So my desk is, oh, it might be longer than that. It is 36 inches. Okay, so 36 inches, and this guy from the outside of the foot to the outside of the foot is 22 inches. Okay, so 22, desk is 35, or 36 actually, 36, 22, and then like I said, it was 10 3/4 from the inside down. And if we measure from the outside to the outside, it's 11. Okay, so I just think it's a perfect size. And this is an A2, no, I'm sorry, an A3 light board, and it measures, it's under it with about 2 inches on each side that are open. But my light board itself is 17 inches. Okay, 17 inches across. And like I said, there's room between these feet for my light board to fit in the size small. So the large is 29, the small is 22. The large is almost 15 inches high. The small is just about 11 inches high. Okay, I hope that helps, because those were the questions that I had about how it would fit on my desk and how I would be able to work under it. And like I said, there's not going to be a problem working under it at all. There's plenty of space. Okay, so that is my review for this product. Let me look at the box again and see if there's anything on it that might be of interest, although I will link it like I said. I don't see the name brand on this, I don't believe. Product name, it just says Half Moon Light. And it just talks a little bit about the lighting itself. And on the front of the box, it just says F55OA Half Moon Light. So I will definitely put that link in there. And it was bought on Amazon. So hope you guys have a good night. I hope to be back soon. I would like to do a review of my Temu table that I got yesterday and put together with my grandson. I want to show you the drawers. I want to show you the little built-in power box that's on there that you can charge your phone and battery charger and all kinds of things. And I want to show you how the lamp works and how the shade works and all that, because it's pretty interesting. And I think I paid about $22 or $25 for it. It was very easy to put together, and I would say it's a really well-made table. It's small, but it's perfect for my corner of the room. So you guys have a great night, and I will be talking to you later. Bye.